class in the Introduction to Python series. So in this class we shall be looking at the Python list. When we talk about Python list, what does it mean? Python list is a method in Python that is used to actually hold items together. It is used to hold values together. So take for instance, you have fruits, okay, equals to, okay, so the square bracket is what actually denotes a Python list. So you can put the first item, let's say banana, then pineapple, and then cucumber, cherry, watermelon. Okay, so this is a list in Python. It is denoted by the square bracket. Now, apart from the list having items that are in a strange format this way, you can also have a list of items, okay, that are of different data types. Okay, so let's say students info. Okay, so let's say person's name is Samuel. Okay, person is 34 years of age. Person is a male, and then he or she earns maybe let's say 45,000, and that is $4,500. So now, if you look at this list, you'll see that it is quite different from this. So this one contains multiple values. This is a strange value. This is an integer. This is a strange, and this is a floating number. So so this is how you can actually create lists of items. Now, when we look at the properties of list, we can see that it is ordered. It is ordered. That is one of the properties of list. So now, lists are ordered. When we talk about lists being ordered, it means that each item in a list has an index number. Okay, so much like a pupil or a learner in a classroom, in the class register, the learner's name is assigned to an index number. So much so that if the class assistant or someone in charge of the class is calling out the names of the learner or trying to verify their presence in school, he or she need not call the name of the learner. He may call the index number or the number to which that learner is attached to, and then the learner responds. So that is how lists are also ordered. So banana in this case is having an index number. Pineapple is having an index number. Cucumber is having an index number. Same with cherry and watermelon. So that is how lists are also, okay, so they are ordered. So now if we want to call out banana, we want to print out banana, we can say fruits, okay, and then we say 0. Banana is having an index of 0. Pineapple is 1. Cucumber is 2, 3, 4. So we want to print fruits that is in index 0. Okay, the fruit that is in the index of 0. So when we see this, okay, sorry, I have to run this. So now when I run this, so you can see that this is banana. Okay, so if I want to print out watermelon. I can print out watermelon using the index. So I'll say fruits, and then the index is this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll call that 4. Can you see that? So watermelon. So Python ordered. Then another property you have to know is that list are ordered. Then another property you have to know is that lists are changeable. They are changeable. So lists are changeable. Okay, so when we say lists are changeable, when you look at this particular list, let's say we want to replace banana with, let's say, plantain. Now in order to do that, I'm going to say fruits. Okay, I'll call out the index, which is what, 0, and then I'll assign a new value to it, or a new item, which is plantain. And then when I print fruits, okay, let me so when I print fruits, can you see? Okay, so plantain as overriding banana. So that is how Python lists work. It is what it is. The items can be changed. The items can be replaced. So now the next property is that it allows duplicate values. Yes. So the same banana that is at the front, you can also assign a duplicate value banana at the end of the list. So it is so much so that the banana here is different from the banana here, in as much as they bear the same spelling and maybe characteristics. It is different. The reason is because the index of banana here is different from the index of banana that is here. So you can see that. So anytime I call this banana by its index, this banana will not respond because it is also having an index. So let's try to see what that means. So let's say and remember, I've changed this banana to plantain, so that means I'm going to have to comment this out. Okay, then when I have to run this too. Okay, so now I want to print out fruits. I want to print out fruits. That is in the index of 0, and then I want to print out the fruits that is in the index of, let's see, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'll put this 5. So let's see it. So you can see it is banana and the banana. So now that is the properties. So these are the properties of a Python. They are ordered, they are changeable, and then they allow what? Duplicate values. Now the next thing we want to look at is confirming the length of a list. Confirming the length of a list. So if you want to confirm the length of a list, you use the len function. Use the len function. So we want to find the length of both fruits. So if we run this, so we can see that the length is what? Is 6. So if you look at this, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. So there are 6 items in this list. So now that is how you can get the length of a list. Now we want to confirm the data type of a list. Well, if to confirm the data type of a list, you use what we call the type construct. The type function. Okay, need a type. So we want to see which type is a list. So when we use the type, you can see that it is a what? It is a list. So you use the type function. Okay, you use the type function. Then also you can also assign. You can use the list constructor to convert one object into a list. That is, you can convert another object into a list. So the list constructor is given in this way. Okay, so now let's take, for instance, we have a tuple, maybe a tuple, like I'll say my tuple equals, so a tuple is represented this way. So this is a tuple. Now this is an object that is that has a different data type. So to convert this tuple now into a list, you use what we call the list constructor. So the list constructor will say list my underscore what tuple, and then one was list. Let me run this, please. Okay, and then around this, can you see that now? So this has become a list. Now if I don't want to go through this way, I can also use through this way and say list. Okay, and then I'll pull out this this items, and then I'll put it here. So remember, there is a double bracket that is here, and then there's also the double closing bracket that is here. So when I run this also, it will still produce the same result, which is a list. Okay, so that is how you use the list constructor. You use it either this way, okay, when you are constructing from as you are using the variable, okay, using the variable name, okay, and then also when you are using the items directly, so you use it this way and this way. Now the next thing you want to see is accessing the list items. So let's use this. If we want to access this list item, for instance, let's say we want to access banana. Of course, I've shown you that. Okay, so accessing banana, we say print fruit, and I need banana. The banana is in index of 0. So when I run this, you see that it is banana. So if let's say I need banana, pineapple, and cucumber, so I'm going to say 0, 1, 2. Okay, but in Python, if you want to include the second index, okay, or the item that is in the second index, you add an additional 1 to the index. It will become what? 3. Okay, it will become 3. So when you run this now, you can see that cucumber is what is added. So this is 0, 1, 2, but you add 1 to become what? 3. Now you can decide not, if you are beginning from, if you are starting from the beginning side of the list, you may not include 0. Okay, you can decide to start, like this. So you say, Python, I want you to start from the beginning down to the second index. So you can see that it will still produce to you the same results. So that is how you can also do to the very end. So if you want from the index, the item in index 3 down to the end, you can also do it this way. You will not put in the index number of the last item. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are printing from cherry to banana. So when we run this now, you can see that, so from cherry down to what? To banana. So these are these are the ways you can access what you can access Python. You can access items in the list. So if we can do this, these are all positive indexing. Okay, so you can also access using a negative indexing, so meaning that you are starting from the back. And when you are starting from the back, banana have a negative indexing of -1. So if you want, you say print fruits. Okay, you want it to be what? Want to print a banana, the banana at the back. So when you run this, okay, you can see that it is what? It is banana. Okay, and then I want watermelon. So that means I'll give this -2. Okay, can you see that? So that is how it works. So it is also such that if, let's say, we want to print from the same cherry down to the very end, okay, so we can say this is -1, -2, -3. So I'll come here and say -3, okay, down to the end. So when I run this, can you see that? So cherry, watermelon, down to the very end. So these are the ways by which you can actually access Python variable. So if you want to include watermelon, you say -3. I'm sorry, you say -3 down to -1. Okay, can you see that? So cherry and watermelon. So this is negative indexing, and then the others are positive indexing also. So that's a second to the fourth to the fifth value. Okay, so let's comment this out, let's run this. Okay, so cucumber, cherry, and watermelon. So these are the ways you can be able to access Python list items. Now we want to see how we can be able to change a list item. How to change means, you know, one of the properties is that Python variables and Python lists can be changed. Okay, you can replace them. So if you want to replace a single value, let's create a new cell. You want to replace a single value. Now you're replacing a single value, you call out the index number of that value you want to replace. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's say I want to replace cherry. Okay, I'll call out the third index, okay, the third value in the fruits list, and then I'll say equals to. So let's say I want to replace it with apple. Okay, replace it with apple. Then let me print the fruits again. Let's see. So can you see that now? Apple has replaced what? Has replaced cherry. Okay, apple has replaced cherry here. So that is how you can replace. So this is when you are replacing a single value. But when you want to replace multiple values, let's say you want to replace multiple values, you say fruits, and then you want to replace banana and pineapple at once. Okay, you want to replace them with maybe one single value. You are going to say this is 0 to 2. Okay, but as I told you, you may not specify, but you may not specify the beginning index, and you can specify the target, the end. So now I want to replace it with let's say guava. We are going to write this down, guava. Okay, so now when we print fruits, so let's see what it will give to us. Can you see that it has given us what? Guava. So guava has replaced banana and pineapple. Okay, so multiple items here have been replaced by an item that is here. Also, if let's say we want to replace watermelon and banana with let's say pear and avocado. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the fourth value to the very end. So the fourth value, the item on the fourth index to the very end. Okay, I want to replace it with avocado. Okay, and then let's say, do I have coconuts? I'm not sure. Okay, coconuts. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, can you see that? So we have replaced the two items at once, watermelon, banana, with avocado and coconut. So this is how you can do replacements or changing of items in the in a Python list. Now the next one we want to go to, which is the last for this session, is adding Python list. Adding of Python list. Now when we are talking about adding Python list, we are talking about how to bring in new items that are different from that which we don't have before. Now this is different from replacing. You know, when you replace, one item goes, as one item takes the position and the properties of the outgoing item. But when you are adding, you add more. Okay, so no item is lost in the process of you adding. There are different methods we use to add. The first one is the append method. The append method. Now, in appending, we are going to say, if let's say we want to add fruits, let's run this again. Okay, and then let's say we want to add avocado to this list. I'm going to say fruits dot append. Okay, avocado. Okay, and then I print fruits. And I run this now. Can you see? So avocado has been appended. Okay, it has been added into the list. Now, so the next thing we want to see is the insert. The insert. Now, the insert method actually works using the index value. If you notice with this append, when I added avocado was added at the end of the list. Avocado was added. So if let's say I want to add maybe a coconut, but I want to specify the position where the coconut will be. Okay, so I will say fruits dot insert. Okay, so let me see 0, 1. I want it to be in the second position. Then I'll put in coconut. So let me print fruits around. Can you see that now? So coconut has been added to position 2. This is 0, 1, and 2. So this is the way you can use insert to put in an additional variable, an additional item into a list. So now the next one we want to see is the extend. Method. Now in the extend method, the extend works. You can put in a single value. Okay, so let's say we need this to be let's use palm kernel. Let's use palm kernel. So I will say palm kernel. Okay, so let's print fruits. Oh, okay, so I'm supposed to put this in a square bracket. Okay, and then I run. Okay, this is banana, pineapple, cucumber. Run this again. Run this. Okay, so you can see this. So palm kernel has replaced this. Okay, so I mean not replaced, please. It has been added. So you have watermelon, banana, and palm kernel. So you can see, so these are the ways by which you add items into a list. Now, of course, all these are taken in one item. Insert also took in one item. So what if, let's say, you are dealing with multiple items, you want to add multiple items. Now in that case, the best thing to do is to create a new list of the multiple items you want to add. So let's say you want a new list. So you say this would be guava. Okay, you want groundnuts. Okay, you want berry. Okay, so now if you want to add this new list, okay, this is a list of fruits. You want to add it into this original fruit. There are two ways you can do that. You can say, the first way is you can say fruits dot extend. Okay, extend new list, and then you print out fruits. Okay, let me comment this out. Now let's run this and see. So can you see that now? So banana, pineapple, so guava, granules, berry has been added. Now the second way is to create a new list that holds the both together. So you can say new list 2 equals, okay, you say fruits plus new underscore list, and then when you print new underscore lists 2. Okay, can you see that now? So I'm going to comment this out, and then I'll run this. Okay, so you can see that it has been, okay, I also need to comment this, then I'll run again. Okay, so fruits plus new list. So you have initially you have banana down to banana. Okay, so banana down to banana, and then the new list is guava, granules, and the berry. So that is what we have done here. So the two ways, the first one you use the dot extend, and then the second you use the addition sign to add multiple list that contains multiple items. So in the next video, in the next class, we shall be continuing this this series on Python list. See you in the next class.